Officially we are on. Okay. So, just as a quick summary and intro to this, there are 3 ways to solve systems of equations. So make sure you write these in your notes. 3 ways. I'm just writing them again to make sure you remember them all. The first one is graphing. So you graph 2 lines. You have 2 equations. You graph each line on the same graph, and you look for where they cross. And that point where they share the same y and the same x is your solution. What is the problem with graphing? Does anybody know? Yeah, so. Fractions, right? If your x and your y is a fraction, then you don't know where it is exactly on the point. You know what I mean? I mean, if your point, if you've got 2 lines and they cross right there, I don't know where that is. I don't know what point that is. I mean, it could be, you know, it could be 1 2/3, but it could be 1 3/4, or it could be 1 10, you know, 20/4, 21s, right? It could be anything. So I can't always solve them by graphing. I mean, I can if I have a million years, but I don't usually have that. And, you know, I'm not like you guys. I don't like to spend my entire weekend doing math, right? So the second method would be the algebraic method, right? Which is substitution, right? And you guys all know how to do that. You just substitute in. You find a y equals or an x equals. You circle what it equals. You substitute it into the other, whatever, y or x. The third method is what we're going to talk about today, elimination. Some people like to call it the Terminator approach, right? But basically, all of these methods have value, and actually sometimes it's easiest to solve an equation, a system by substitution, and other times it's actually easiest to solve it by elimination. As I was talking about just before I turned the video on, with substitution, the problem with that is if they don't say, if one of the equations doesn't say x equals or y equals, you've got a problem. You've got to manipulate that one of those equations to make it say x equals or y equals. With elimination, you don't. With elimination, if I gave you, which one am I on here? The flip to the other one. Okay, so let's say I do, okay, that's fine. X minus 2y equals negative 19. X minus 2y equals negative, I think it said 19. And 5x plus 2y equals 1. 5x plus 2y equals 1. All right, so write those problems on your notes for a second. Now, I notice immediately none of them say x equals or y equals. And what else do does anybody else notice anything? What do you notice? Micah.
There's 2 y's in both of those.
There's 2 y's here and 2 y's here. Sort of negative 2 y's here and positive 2 y's here. And the x's are lined up and the y's are lined up. What form are these in?
Standard.
Standard form, right? Awesome. This is the beauty of elimination. With the process of elimination, you need to you want to set it up so that the number in front of either the x or the y is identical, except one of them is positive and one of them is negative. That's the key. If you memorize that, you will have no trouble with these. The number in front of the x, they both have to be the same number except positive or negative. Or, they're not in this case, right? Or I look at the y's, and the number in front of the y's have to be the same number except positive and negative. And they are. So this is the coolest part, and it's hard to describe why this works. I haven't really, to me this is magic. This is really cool. Watch this. Okay, ready?
Alive.
Look at this. We are just going to add the 2 equations together.
So why?
And when we do it, what's going to happen to the y's?
They cancel out.
No, they're going to be eliminated.
Oh, wow.
Right? Elimination. Eliminated. Right? Absolutely eliminated. dead, gone, completely squat, right? Okay, so what do we have? We have 6x, right? And we have equals
negative 18.
-18. Okay, now what do I do?
Divide by 6.
Divide by 6. Divide by 6. Now what do I do?
This is so awesome.
X equals -3.
Subs
Oh my gosh, look at that. In like 1-2 moves, we suddenly have our X already. Like, it's so easy, right? It's so easy. So I now have found my X. My X is -3. But I have to find the point, right? I know the X is -3. I don't know what my Y is yet. So I got to find my Y. So substitution, right? I'm going to go back to either equation. Doesn't matter which one. I just choose the one that I feel inspired to and drawn to in the moment. And I substitute, wherever it says X, I substitute -3. And then I solve for my Y. So let's do it. Which one do you want to use? The top one or the bottom one?
Bottom one.
Bottom one. Okay. So we'll say 5 times -x is -3 plus 2y equals 1. So 5 times -3 is -15.
Minus 2y.
Plus 2y equals 1. Now, what do I do now?
Plus 15.
Does everybody agree with that? Tess, you agree with that? Add 15 to both sides? Add 15, add 15.
2y equals 16.
2y is equal to 16. Y
Y equals 8.
is equal to 8. We are done, you guys. We are done.
Oh
Zippo.
my gosh, that's fun.
Isn't that great?
I like that one.
It is very, very simple.
I
Right?
like that one.
Makes sense?
Wait, what if none of them have the same number?
Oh, good question. Shall I keep going on that? Maybe I should.
Yes.
All right. This is great. So
We shall do it.
we shall do it. The homework will probably be fairly simple, sort of based on this part of the lecture. But I'm going to go on and say, well, let's do one where they're not the same.
Well, knowing facts.
Here it is.
Don't erase it.
Don't erase it. Okay.
You can erase the first one, don't erase it.
Sorry. All right, so I'm not erasing it. I'm just getting another one. Hang on. Okay, yeah, this is a perfect next one. All right, so this was example 1. We'll call this example 1, and that's the easiest one, right? And that's so easy. When you see them, they're both in standard form, and the x's are lined up and the y's are lined up, and the coefficients, right? That's what these numbers are in front of the variables, are the same but opposites, right? Then you're ready to go. You just put a plus sign here, draw a line, and you just add them together, and you're already halfway done. You know, you finished finding one of your variables, and then you just find the other one. Can I erase it yet?
Yep. Erase it all.
Can I erase the left part?
Eliminate it.
I can erase this part, right? Eliminate it! Yes!
Eliminate it.
We're eliminating it. All right. So what if I did this one? 3x plus 4y equals 18. 3x plus 4y equals 18. Or, where was I? Negative 2x plus 4y equals 8.
But those are the same numbers.
Negative 2x plus 4y equals 8.
Wait, is this example 2?
This is example, now this is example 2. Thank you.
Wait.
Can I erase this now?
They're the same.
Yes? Nathan, can I erase this?
They're the same.
All right, now we are on to the second example. Here it is. Now we're going to quickly look at our coefficients in front of the x and in front of the y. My x's, I have a -2 and a 3. They're not close enough to me.
Correct.
So I'm going to look at the y's. Oh, I have a 4 and a 4. What's the problem? Mike, what's the problem?
They're both.
Oh, so Sal, what would you do?
Can you like multiply one of the equations by -1?
What do you think? What if we multiplied one of these by -1? That means everything in every sign in one of the equations will change to the opposite sign.
So it'd be positive 2x, well, positive 2x plus.
All right, so we'll do this one then. You want to do that one?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so we're going to rewrite this one. So if I multiplied this by -1, right? What would I get? I would get positive 2x minus 4y equals -8. And then I'm just going to rewrite this top one right above this. because I need to have them right above it so I can add them, right? So I'm going to just rewrite this. It says 3x plus 4y equals 18. I draw a line, and look at that. I'm going to put a plus sign. I notice it's positive 4y and negative 4y. Yes! It's going to be so easy to do now. So I'm going to add them together. These cross out. So I just have 5x, right? Equals 10, right? Oh my gosh, that's so easy. Look at this. Divide by 5, x is equal to 2. Wow, that was so easy. So now, I plug it in. I take either one of my original equations. Doesn't matter. Not with the negative. I don't include that negative thing. Let's take the top one. Alright, so we got x is equal to 2. So I'm going to do 3. Instead of times x, it'll be times 2. Plus 4y equals 18. And that's going to be 6 plus 4y equals 18. Subtract 6, right? Subtract 6. I've got 4y is equal to 12. Divide by 4. Oh my gosh, this is easy. Y is equal to 3. So there's my solution. You can write it either like x equals 2 and y equals 3, or you could say 2 comma 3 as a point and put it in a box. Either way is fine. Either way is the right answer. Okay?
Now we move on.
All right, so just review what we did. We noticed that we had to multiply one of the equations by a number. In this case, it was -1, right? Yep. How many people are getting this so far? I just want to know. Fist to 5. Are you getting it? Is it making sense?
This is so awesome.
Isn't it cool? It's really fun to do. It's really fun to do. All right, so can I go to the really harder ones?
Yes!
All right. So
Yes, do it.
Ooh. It was plus 4y. I forgot to ask, didn't I? It was minus 4y equals 18 equals -8. And then we did that equals
5x equals
10.
10.
There we go. Sorry. Can I erase this side?
No.
Wait, who said
No. Okay. While you guys are copying that, I'm just going to look for the next problem. Alright, that's perfect. I got another. So tell me when we are done. Forget when this ends. 37. Can I erase it yet? Can I erase it?
Yep.
Okay, guys, I'm erasing it, right? Is that okay? Nathan, is it okay?
Yeah.
Alright, now we're going to go to example 3.
Yes.
Okay? Example 3. Alright. This one's going to be slightly harder, okay? So 2x plus y equals 3. So 2x plus y equals 3.
Oh my.
Alright, and then the other equation is -x plus 3y equals -12. X plus 3y equals -12.
I would rather do this with substitution.
So yes, you could do this, and that's now that you have the tools in your tool belt. You have all different ways to do this. You could do this by substitution very easily, right? You could. What did you do? Oh yeah, minus 2x from both sides, then it would just be y equals -2x plus 3, right? And then you could substitute that in. That would be so easy, right? Do you follow that, Gabe? Wyatt, you getting that? Okay? But we're not going to do that right now. We are going to try it using elimination. So I'm looking at the coefficients in front of the x and in front of the y. Oh, let's see. This one is a 2x and this is a minus 1x. This is a plus 3 and this is a plus 1. So what would you do? I need either the coefficients in front of the x to be the same except opposites, right? They have to one's positive, one's negative. Or the coefficient in front of the y. What did you say, Gabe?
You added 1 and then multiply by -1.
I do what?
What?
What? Say it again. Say it again.
You add 1 and then you multiply it and then
Add 1 where?
to the x. That I just beat.
No.
All right. So the question is, wait. Think, Gabe. You're almost there. You're almost there. The adding 1 part was a little off, but what you said after that was a little on. So let's think about it. Let's look. All of a sudden I notice, well, look, this is 2x, and it's positive. This is negative 1x. What would I have to multiply negative 1 by for it to be negative 2?
2.
Just 2, right?
Yes.
If I multiplied this whole equation by 2, I would have negative 2x here, positive 2x here, and negative 2x here, right? Right? You have to look for that. It's a little harder because you have to look for that. You have to ask yourself, could I turn this 1 into a 2 by multiplying it times something? And yes, I can multiply it times 2. So let's do that. So you're going to do this. You're going to put a big parenthesis around everything and multiply it times 2. You're going to write it over here. Always write, I like to write it to the right because then I like to bring this one back over and put it on top. Does that make sense? That way I can easily do my addition. Okay, so 2 times negative x is negative 2x. 2 times 3y is plus 6y equals negative 24, right? Did I do that right?
Yep.
Then 2x plus 1y, I'll just put 1y there, equals 3. All right, look, I've got 2x and negative 2x. It's perfect. It's exactly what I needed to do this.
What was that?
What happened?
Some person came in,
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, yes, we have distractions today. Lots of green tubes and things. All right, so, everybody look up here for a second. We have what we need, so we can go ahead and add them together. So let's do it. We eliminate, right, they die. We eliminate the x's. We have 7y is equal to, what is that?
It's negative 21.
How many people agree with that?
Yo.
He said negative 21. All right, I agree. All right, negative 21. Divide by 7, right? Divide by 7, y is equal to negative 3. Great. So we are almost there. Now we need to find our x. We know our y, we don't know our x. So we'll do the top one. So we got 2 times, whoops, sorry. That's y equals negative.
Minus 3.
2x
Minus 3.
plus a negative 3 or minus 3 is equal to 3. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. And I have 2x is equal to 6.
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2.
X equals 3.
Divide by
That's
2. X is equal to 3.
It was really easy.
So that's awesome, you guys.
I love that. That's cool.
Awesome.
So those are 3 examples, and I'm gonna wait to do the very, very hardest for another lecture.
There's more harder ones.
What?
This is another one?
So there is one other which is actually this. It's this, only it's slightly harder. There are sometimes when you have to multiply both equations by a number in order to make them line up, right? But sometimes this can be way simpler than substitution, way simpler. And you'll see that when we do my other lecture. I'll show you. So I think that's it for now for this lecture. So I'm going to give you the homework and you guys can start on it.
Hooray!